Blink. Did you see that? Of course not. You literally couldn't. In less than the time it takes you to blink, this octopus just melted into its background. So, was that magic? Or is there some hidden superpower in its skin that scientists are only just starting to decode? Welcome to Wild Fact Lab, where we take animal abilities and crack them open with mind-blowing science. Now, here's the real mystery. How does an octopus pull off color-changing tricks that even Hollywood CGI can't match? And if they're changing color, how are they also changing texture, becoming sand, seaweed, even jagged coral in the same instant? What's hiding under that stretchy skin that gives them a toolbox no other creature on Earth can match? Well, it isn't just one trick. It's 3 separate layers of cellular magic stacked on top of each other. Think of it as nature's 3-tiered paint set, except this one can shimmer, reflect, copy, and vanish on command. So, are you ready to peel back the skin, literally, and uncover the secrets behind the ultimate masters of disguise? Let's start with the first layer, the one that works like nature's own set of paintball guns. First layer, chromatophores, tiny sacs of living paint, buried just beneath the skin. But here's the catch. These aren't passive colors, like the ink in your pen. Each chromatophore is wrapped in a ring of muscle fibers, like a drawstring bag. Pull the muscles tight, and the sac spreads wide, splashing its pigment across the skin. Relax them, and the color vanishes as quickly as it appeared. But how fast is fast? Imagine thousands of these sacs firing at once. Reds, yellows, browns, flashing alive in less than 100 milliseconds. That's quicker than your brain even registers a blink. So here's the chilling thought. By the time you realize the octopus is there, it's already gone. And who's calling the shots? Not a sluggish chemical reaction, not some slow hormonal signal. No, the command comes directly from the octopus's brain, shooting down nerves into the skin itself. Instant camouflage, immediate deception. It's like a living battlefield of paintball balloons, each exploding on command. But here's the question. If chromatophores give us the raw splashes of paint, how do we get the shimmering blues and greens, the metallic flashes, the otherworldly silvers? That's where the second layer comes alive. But pigments alone can't explain the shimmer. The hypnotic blues, the alien greens, the liquid silver ripples crawling over octopus skin. For that, we descend into the second layer, the Iridophores. These aren't sacs of color. They're stacks of microscopic plates, crystals aligned like soldiers, reflecting and bending light itself. Tilt them one way, and the skin glows emerald. Shift them another, and it burns with sapphire. To the human eye, it's like watching a living mirror fracture the ocean's light into 1,000 dazzling shards. But why would an octopus need to be so dazzling if its goal is to disappear? Because camouflage is more than hiding. It's confusion. When sunlight dances across a reef, shadows move, reflections shimmer, shapes blur. The octopus isn't just vanishing, it's becoming the chaos of the seascape itself. And here's where the story turns stranger. Recent discoveries reveal that Iridophores aren't just mechanical mirrors. They can be tuned, adjusted, reprogrammed on demand, which means an octopus can choose: do I vanish into the background, or do I ignite my skin with signals to warn, to lure, to intimidate? But mirrors and pigments still don't explain the final trick: the ability to match any background, no matter the color. How does the octopus complete the illusion? That's where the third layer takes over. And now we reach the foundation, the third and deepest layer, the leucophores. Unlike chromatophores, they hold no pigment. Unlike iridophores, they shine with no shimmer of their own. Instead, they are patient imitators, cells that reflect whatever light strikes them. Picture this. The octopus drifts over pale sand, and the leucophores quietly mirror its brightness. It sinks into dark shadow, and the same cells dim, matching the gloom. It's not painting. It's not reflecting. It's copying. A perfect base coat, neutral and faithful, onto which pigments and mirrors can weave their illusions. But here's the twist. This perfection comes at a price. Maintaining that seamless, always shifting disguise is costly. Studies suggest that powering this system can drain nearly as much energy as the octopus's entire resting. Imagine spending half your life's energy just to keep yourself hidden. And yet, the disguise is never complete without one final dimension. Because if color and light can fool the eye, what about touch? What if the octopus could not only look like rock or coral, but feel like it too? But color is only half the illusion, because what happens if a predator draws closer, close enough to touch? That's when the octopus unveils its final layer of deception, texture. Beneath the skin lie papillae, muscular structures waiting like coiled springs. With a single contraction, the skin rises into bumps, spikes, ridges. Smooth flesh transforms into the jagged surface of rock, the fronds of seaweed, the rough texture of coral. Flatten the muscles, and the skin returns to a glassy softness. Think of it as programmable goosebumps, but on a monstrous scale. Instead of hairs lifting on your arm, the entire body reshapes itself into whatever the environment demands. To the eye, to the touch, even to the flow of water around it. The octopus is no longer flesh. It is stone, it is algae, it is reef. And here's the haunting part. All of this, pigment, shimmer, reflection, texture, is happening in perfect synchronization. Thousands of skin cells firing like an orchestra, muscles shifting in harmony, illusions layered atop illusions. But who's conducting this orchestra? Is it the brain alone? Or is the skin itself somehow alive with its own awareness? So who commands this grand performance of color, shimmer, and texture? You might expect a central conductor, the octopus's brain, pulling every string at once. But here's the revelation. The brain is not alone. An octopus carries a distributed intelligence, scattered through its body like hidden outposts of awareness. 2/3 of its neurons aren't even in the brain. They're in the arms, in the skin. Imagine that. Skin that doesn't just change, but decides how to change. It's like a supercomputer in the head, linked to 8 smaller processors in the arms, all of them capable of running their own calculations. Scientists have discovered light-sensitive neurons right in the skin itself, which means camouflage can be triggered locally. An arm slipping into shadow can shift its colors and textures without waiting for the brain's permission. Think about that for a moment. A creature whose skin can see, whose arms can think, whose body is a network of decisions unfolding in real time. It is not simply controlled, it is distributed, autonomous, alive with intelligence at every level. But if this power is so complete, so otherworldly, what is the cost of carrying such a gift? But no superpower comes free. For the octopus, the cost of vanishing is steep. When the skin erupts in color, when texture ripples across its body, the energy demand can nearly double the octopus's metabolism. Imagine living in a body where every act of hiding feels like running a race. So, evolution steps in with compromises. Deep-sea species, where light barely touches the water, have scaled back these abilities, conserving energy instead of dazzling with color. They trade brilliance for survival, proving that even the masters of disguise must sometimes dim their gifts. And so, the octopus adapts with strategy. It hunts at night, under the cover of darkness, when camouflage is less essential. It hides in dens, relying on shadows instead of its own exhausting magic. It knows when to vanish and when to simply wait. Here's the sobering truth. Every flash of camouflage is a gamble. Blend in too often, and you may starve. Blend in too little, and you may be eaten. So the octopus balances on a razor's edge, its greatest strength always teetering on the brink of becoming its greatest weakness. And yet, humans are watching, learning, copying. Because what if this ancient gift of living skin could become our technology? From the ocean to the laboratory, humans have tried to steal a page from the octopus's book of secrets. Engineers build adaptive camouflage panels, sheets that shimmer or change hue at the flick of a switch. Military labs dream of uniforms that vanish into desert or forest with a pulse of electricity. Even medicine takes notes. Prosthetics designed to move and respond with the kind of neural control that octopus arms already mastered millions of years ago. But here's the stark truth. We are clumsy imitators. Our fastest camouflage takes seconds, even minutes, to shift. An octopus does it in less than a blink. Our smartest systems still need wires, batteries, processors. The octopus? It carries its circuitry in its skin. We invent mirrors, pigments, projectors, while the octopus simply is. A creature born with technology that outpaces every laboratory we've built. To watch it ripple into nothingness is to glimpse a future we cannot yet grasp. And maybe that's the lesson. We are not pioneers here. We are apprentices, fumbling in the shadows of an ancient intelligence hidden in soft flesh and a living color. So then comes the final question. What does this mastery mean for the octopus itself and for us, watching from above the waves? So what have we uncovered? 3 layers of living machinery: Chromatophores, Iridophores, Leucophores, stacked like secrets in the skin. A bonus system of papillae, sculpting texture into rocker coral. A distributed neural network, where the body itself can think, decide, and vanish before danger even arrives. And the price? An energy bill so steep, it can shape the very course of an octopus's life. This is not camouflage. This is not a trick. This is the most advanced disguise system on Earth, hidden inside a creature with no bones, no armor, only soft flesh, and a brain that refuses to be centralized. And here's the mind blower. When you see an octopus melt into its surroundings, it's not just copying the world, it's outpacing your perception. It has already disappeared before your brain can process what your eyes have seen. So I leave you with a question. Which of its superpowers stunned you most? The exploding paintball balloons of chromatophores, the disco mirrors shimmering with impossible light, or the goosebumps that turned to stone? Tell me in the comments. I want to know what captured your imagination. And if you want more secrets of the animal world cracked open with science, hit that subscribe button and join us here in Wild Fact Lab. Because in a world full of wonders, sometimes the strangest superpowers are hiding in plain sight.